everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I've been asked to do a updated tour of where I colour. Now I'm going to start off. We have a front room, dining room, so it is all together. So I thought I'd just start off here because technically there would be a door here. Nice view of my fish tank. And this is where I spend the majority of my time in the evenings. Now please bear with me because I'm not using a tripod, I'm actually just holding the camera and it's heavy, this camera. So I'll start off with the wall. I did get a new clock the other day. You might have noticed with the TikTok in my last video. I'm not 100% sure whether I'm going to keep it there because it was even annoying me listening back to the video, so I don't know what it'd be like for you guys. And a nice shot of Isabella's chair and Isabella's bench there. New calendar, it is next year's, the Jasmine Beckett Griffith one. I've just picked out my favourite page. The lighting isn't great at the moment, I'm filming this in the evenings, and I've got my little YouTube name there. That's the tripod that I use when I'm filming, so it just flips down. It might be a bit difficult. Just like so. So we usually just click the camera in and just press record instead of getting the tripod out every single time. This just makes my life a million times easier. You've seen the mat that I use in the majority of my videos. If I'm going to be doing something messy, I use my old pink one. I will quickly show you this. This is the new Mystic Art mirrors. I won't do a flip through because there's already a few out there, but I printed it off and made my own front cover and back cover and bounded it. And I absolutely love how it's turned out, so that was my whip in there. This is a new addition, this little cubing shelf, dog's bowl, because I've got two chihuahuas that live right behind me. One is in the living room and one's probably, I'll show you. There's little Eva. There's little Eva. So at the moment, the way that I've got this organised is I've got all my Hanacals on. Oh, here's Rollo. I've got all my Hanacals on, all the Clara mark over. I mean, I'm not going to go through every single one, but it is a big mix mash of the colouring boots. I probably could do with doing an updated version if I'm totally honest. There's a couple of boots down here that I've made myself and bounded myself. This is my finished pages and whip cabinet, which 90% of them are whips, finishes, sorry. Now I can show you a good shot of Rollo. Rollo? My pride and joy. Right, so if I stand back up and I pull my chair out and I sit down, it is, I've tried to organise it down here as best as I can, and the lighting isn't going to be fantastic, but this little acrylic shelving unit is housing all of my gel pens, distress inks, all here. Nail colour 2s, they're all in there. That's the boot that I got for free with the Ohuhu markers, some nail colour stuff as well as rubbers and sharpeners. My embellishment basket, like glues and whatnot. This is a mixed mash, so I've got like notes, wires and stuff for my phone, painkillers, that sort of thing. What else have we got underneath here? We've got my laptop with a load of Pokemon stickers on. Anything digital goes in there, like my rechargeable batteries, so on so on. The 100 set of the brush Ohuhu markers are in there. I know it's dark, I do apologise, because of the way the lamp is and not much I can do. We've got the Lamouche markers there, we've got the Colour watercolour brushes, the Colour gel pens, Crayola super tips are down there, and in this one, gosh, there's a mix and mash. There's embossing powders, there's Posca pens, there's white charcoal, the War embossing powders, Winsor & Newton inks, what's that, Jane Davenport colour sticks, ink tents, blocks, and all of my stamps and stencils belong in there. So I do try and keep that as organised as I can, but it's under the desk and wires and whatnot, so there's only so much I can organise. And I'll move over Now I've got two carts at the side of me. So the first one that's furthest away is all watercolour. So we've got the Faber-Castell Albert Duras, the Inktense, all my water bottles, these magic erasers that I've yet to test out. There's something else as well in here that I'm yet to test out, if I can find it. The Mask Away. Now it's instead of using your finger, it's probably laziness, but I wanted to try it out. All my brushes, like I said. All my watercolour paints, metallic watercolour paints, acrylic singles ones, the Prima watercolours. I think there's 4 tins there. Down here we've got the Bruchot. We've got a Spur pencil case. That is Spur watercolour pencils. They were the old ones, the Core Iron Ore ones. Some palettes, some big brushes, Caran d'Ache palettes. Gelatos in here, which I'm still testing out, so I don't feel comfortable doing a video yet. My electric sharpener, which I absolutely adore, but it doesn't fit in Polychromos or the Faber-Castell Albert Dura watercolour pencils. It doesn't fit them. The hole at the top is too small, unfortunately. So we've got my luminance here. Oh, I missed out as well. My Prismas are there in that big case. I keep them there because they're my most used. My little diary that I've got all of my swatches in, of everything that I own, swatch everything out. I've got some inks up here, watercolour, white watercolour, some pain relief for my knee, little small scissors in case I need it, hand sanitisers, nose spray for blocked nose, hand cream, you know, just necessities, tape for protecting the next page, or if I want to make a border, lip balm. We've got a Zest-It there, we've got a sharpener in there, we've got the powder blender, we've got a whole bag full of the makeup brushes, just like so, for the Distress ink. We've got the Polychromos in this one, the Holbeins in this one, Arteza in that one, Black Widow in that one, and the pastel pencils, which I can't remember the brand. And then I've got some Spur Polychromos in that pencil case, and that's my heat gun. So I think that's everything on this side. This is where, you know, I like to have everything really handy. The stuff on the other side, now that I'll show you, is the stuff that I don't reach for every day, but I do reach for it, so it still needs to be out. So I've got my pan pastels up here. I've got all the tools for the pan pastels, a fixative at the back. I've got Kirsty's pictures there that she's going to tell me off for not framing, but I think they look really nice there. The Polychromos pastels, the set there. This alcohol marker tray, drawer, whatever you want to call it, is mixture of, there's a couple of Lamiche, there is Copics, there is Spectrum Noir, and the Spectrum Noir sparkle pens. My old sharpener, which I am going to keep because I'll use that with the Polychromos. All of my stickles that I think, if I never finish showing you all this, I'll pan out and it looks super cool on this tray. The rest of my colouring boots that would not fit in the cube storage because they was too wide or too tall, or for some reason I wanted to keep them separate. Gosh, so back here we've got the Carin watercolour markers. So that's this one that I keep in my little Simba mug. And this one here. Oh, it's going to be difficult to show you all these. My Jane Davenport Mermaid markers that are well loved. They just bleed through terribly. We've got all my different mediums here that I use as well. So we've got alcohol blending solution, distress grit paste, gesso, white gesso, normal gesso. We've got the Mod Podge. We've got the gel acrylic that I always use. We have got the Distress Collage medium that I've only used once. I do need to have a little bit more of a mess around with that. We've got the Stick and Spray for stencils. We have got the Distress Resist Spray, which is super cool for backgrounds. And the reason why I've got these 12 Inktense pencils is because an order that I placed, I can't remember which company it was now, but an order that I placed because I'd spent over, I think it was £50. they were doing a deal on the 12 Inktense for £3.75, so I thought I can't, you know, not for that deal. So I've got a few backups there. The very last one, Odds and Sods and the Dog's Laser Pen. I probably shouldn't have said that because her ears will perk up. More colouring boots there. PDFs in here that I'm yet to bind. I do need to bind them. I've got my switch in here with the charger. The full set of Tombos that are there in the little case. I don't want to pull everything out, but that's them. My little dinosaur my friend Emma got me. More backups like gel pens, blending, you know, odds and sods. My boots by Jasmine Beckett Griffith and my tutorial boots are all here. And then all of the Colour in Heaven that I own. I don't have a subscription to Colour in Heaven. I just buy them when I think that I am actually going to colour in them, instead of, you know, just keep hoarding them. I've got my other tripod here and my husband's Pokemon cards. Because my dad kindly gave me another camera. He gave me another digital camera which is housed in here. So that's why I use, you know, for the double shots that I sometimes do. And this is not organised really very well. It should be redone. So my printer's here, and this baggie has got tissue paper in. I've got all my different sorts of papers for printing. In this box here is the Arteza acrylic paints and any other acrylic paints that I've accumulated over the time. This is a box of my artwork, my son's artwork and spare paper. The camera that I just told you about that my dad gave me kindly. I've got backups of Prismas because these are my favourite pencils. So I've got the 72, what's that one, the 48 and the 24, they're all backups. Old sim games for the PC and watercolour paints and crayons for my daughter. But I think that's probably everything. So if I do pan it a little bit, you see how smart that does look. I think it looks super cool. And if I just put the chair back, and I do keep the iPad usually on the desk, but I moved it just for the sake of the video. But I absolutely love it now. You know, I think I've got it to where I'm really, really happy with it. You know, a couple of months down the line, I'm going to end up changing something about it. But this is an updated version, so I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys. Bye.